So, hi everyone. Today we are with my coach James. He has been working in this business for a long time. So James, hi.
Hi, good to be here, Lucas.
Okay, so James, introduce yourself. Tell me something about yourself.
Well, I've been in the business for over 37 years now. I've been a financial advisor. I've been manager of financial advisors. I worked with the largest insurance company in Canada called London Life, and I was responsible for training of advisors there. And then I've done work around the world and trained in excess of 175,000 people now.
So there is a little bit of experience, yeah?
A wee bit of experience, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me more. How and why did you get into this business?
Well, I had a really good job. I was director of operations for a computer company, and I couldn't move any further in the organization unless I married the boss's wife, you know. So I had reached the sort of ceiling that I could go. Had a company car, good income and all that, but we were doing computers. So it's, you know, you don't change people's lives with computers. And so I wanted to make a difference. And so no one recruited me into the business. I went out and asked to get in.
Okay.
You know, so that's why I'm here, because I want to make a difference, and I want control of my income, and I want control of my life, and I want to provide a lifestyle to my family.
Okay, and you mentioned that the main point for you was to make a difference in people's life.
Yeah.
And how did your life changed when you changed your job from the computers to this business as a financial advisor?
Well, certainly this business tested me. It tests all of us who come in the business, because it takes strong people to do well in this business. You really have to treat it as a profession, not as a job. And so there was a learning phase I went through and struggled, as most advisors do when you come into business. You're trying to figure things out and climb that sort of steep incline, trying to figure out how we behave and how we should behave. So I learned a lot about myself, but I think the most important thing I learned is that I can make a real difference in people's lives. I've sold a large number of people over the years, and I've brought a number of people into the business who are much better off because of that. You know, individually they're protected, individually they've got control of their future, and for people who came in the business, the people that stayed in the business are doing extremely well. So I guess making a difference is seeing how it transforms people, and for our clients to protect them and help them prepare for the future.
Okay, and you said that in the beginning you struggled, you had some issues. What was the biggest issues that you faced? And talking about this business, how do you think, what kind of people can do this profession?
Well, this might be an oversimplification, but I think anybody could do this business if they're prepared to pay the price. One of my sons came into business one point and he asked me, would he be successful? And I said, you'd be successful because of two things. One is that you're willing to pay the price, and two, that you believe. And the price is hard work. And I guess one of the things I learned, the struggles I faced, is dealing with rejection because we take a product to the customer, we take a process to the customer. They don't generally come knocking on our door. That often you run into obstacles or rejection or concerns from the customers, and it's hard not to take that personally.
Okay.
You know, are they rejecting me? But often over time I found that they're really not rejecting me. What they're rejecting is their own reality. You know, financially they don't have the money, they don't feel there's a need, they don't feel that anything's going to happen to them, whatever. And so that was an obstacle to overcome. And from a belief point of view, it isn't only believing in the industry that we're in and believing that the products we sell, but it's believing in yourself, because this business tests us. You know, do we believe and are we willing to pay the price? And if you're willing to pay the price, everything's possible. It's a really good career. I have the fortune to spend time with people like you who really impress me, and an individual who is willing to pay that price and is paying the price and getting results.
You said that you were talking about the profession, and that you have to become the person as a professional. You have to change. So what would be a key, I don't know how to say, what would be key roles in a person? What he has to change in himself that he would believe that he can do this job. Because in this profession I meet a lot of people who wants to do it, but they do not believe, they have their own thoughts why they cannot succeed here, and how they can change their mentality, how they can become successful, how they can start to think that they can be successful here.
Well, that's a very complex question you've asked me.
Yeah.
I guess I can approach it a couple of different ways. One is is that I think this is a profession, and it's not a job. And so, like any profession, there's a learning curve. And I'm sure that you talk to any doctor, any lawyer, any accountant, and I hold us in the same category as those professionals, is that they probably at some point in their career figured, what the heck am I doing? Why am I paying this price?
Yeah.
And I think about the resident who's working 24-hour shifts in the hospital and is bone tired but still has to do their job. It's like we're running a marathon. You know, if you've ever run 26 miles in a marathon, is that I'm sure there's a point at which you're running where either you're going to keep going or you're going to slow right down or you're going to stop. And so what really happens is people don't give this career a chance. And I think they give up too easily. And so when you see people come and go, they're giving up and not giving the career a chance. And I think if they pull that intestinal fortitude, that inner strength, and keep going, they would see the results of it. And I've certainly had people leave my team, and that's unfortunate that happens. I understand that's the reality we live in, but I think that it really does require tenacity, that willingness to hold on and keep going, even though you may not be getting the results in the beginning. At one point in the career, I wanted to quit. I was one of those people that was going to give up. And then I sat down with my manager, and I had a very good manager, Kevin Spratt, and Kevin said to me, why are you here? And he brought me back to the reality that I do want to make a difference, and this is a place I could do that. And so I think that it takes strong people, and I think you have to be willing to pay that price, and you have to be willing to put in that effort.
Mm-hmm. So maybe it would be better if every person believe in themselves, and to believe in themselves, maybe it can help if they knew the meaning of our profession. So how do you think, what is the main meaning of this profession?
Well, it is the nobility of this business. You know, when the worst things happen to individuals, we're the only ones that bring good news. Someone dies too soon, I've been there and delivered a check to the family, and that check allows them to stay in the same home and keep the food on the table and keep the lights on and carry on with life. Of course, mourning the loss of that individual, but not worrying about the bills. That's the gift that you give them. To the individual, I mean, I've had individuals that I've worked with who have had car accidents or got illnesses, and we deliver a check. Allows them time to recover and not worry about the bills. That's when you begin to see what's possible here. We also put money in the hands of our clients so that those points in their life when they need it because of an emergency or because of opportunity or because of retirement, when they need money, we're the ones that give that to them. And so it comes down to two words that I really admire, that I think that we do. And that is, we give people choices and we give them dignity that they deserve. And it's a gift. It's really a gift that we're giving them. We can't lose sight of that. I was just thinking when you were talking about these people that give up and leave us, is I think they lose sight of why they're here. They don't really understand why they're here. And I think that what we have to do when we bring people in the business is really get in touch with what motivates them, what drives them. If this career offers that, then this is the place they should be.
When I'm listening to you right now, I feel once more a great feeling in my heart that I'm here, that I can talk with you and I can listen to you, listen to your thoughts, and it helps me a lot. So one more question. So you are working with our company for for some time. Mm-hmm. How many people do you train right now?
Well, it's a bit of a revolving door because some people do come and some do go. But currently I think I'm over 40 people I'm coaching at M Capital. But as you say, I've done a lot of training around the world, in about 55% of the world, and I was doing some training in Poland, and that's where I first met the founders, the three principal founders of M Capital, and we've kept in contact. And then about 7 years ago I started working directly with the company, and so it's a deep relationship I have. And I had never done individual coaching before until I started with M Capital, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm so impressed with people like you, Lucas, because you inspire me. You truly inspire me because you have courage. And I think to be in this business, you have to have courage to realize that you don't have all the answers, that you have to be looking to other places. And what I found in you is when I suggest something to you, don't say to me, well, that won't work in Lithuania, or I'm uncomfortable with that word, or whatever. What you demonstrate to me is you go out and do it. and try it. Now, does everything work every time? Of course it doesn't. But the reality is, if you have that courage to treat this as a profession, that learning will always occur and that we're always students. I mean, there's that phraseology I really like, that if you're not learning, you're not growing, and if you're not growing, you're dying. And so in this business, that is so appropriate that, we have to continue to learn, and you get it from where you can get it, and we can learn from anybody in any situation. I think that some people come into this business, unfortunately, and they play at this business and they don't get the results and they give up. Those people that work at this business tend not to give up and tend to succeed.
One more thing that I heard from you right now, you said that one of them are playing here in this business and others are working here in this business. What I can see from my perspective, with all the respect, that there are a lot of players in our business in Lithuania, and not the persons who are working from their hearts, who really want to help people. I know that you are suggesting a lot of advices for our company people. What would be your advice for the person who wants to try this career, let's say, who wants to try this profession? What would be your advice?
Again, a complex question.
Yeah, I don't like silly questions.
Well, I think it comes down, what do you want out of life? What are you trying to achieve? Where's your joy? Where's your satisfaction? What's your vision of what life should offer you? And I think that there's many people in our business for many different reasons, and all of those are good reasons. I mean, if you're in here to make extra income, that's fine, as long as you never talk to the customer about your desire to make extra income. I mean, if you're here to improve your quality of life, if you're like me and you want to make a real difference in people's lives, and that's important to you, if you want to feel good about who you are and get appreciated for what you do, be recognized for what you do, this is the place. And so it meets many needs in this profession. I guess the issue is, when we're looking at a potential candidate, is what are they looking for? What are they trying to get out of life? And it's never as simple as just money. I think we do make a mistake often. We hold out the opportunity as a place to make money. It's not the making of money that drives people, it's what the money will give them. The quality of life they may have, their ability to support their family, their ability to enjoy a certain kind of lifestyle, whatever that may be. And that's really what we have to figure out when we're meeting with potential candidates, is what are they trying to achieve, and then connect that with the price they'll have to pay to get there. And I think that all of us pay a price in this profession for hard work. It is hard work. It's difficult work. I mean, you take yourself into account on a regular basis. I mean, if you're doing well, everybody knows about it. If you're doing poorly, everybody knows about it, and we broadcast that information around. And for some people, that's hard. For some people, they go through life and they're never tested.
Yeah.
And in this business, you're tested and evaluated on a regular basis. And primarily, you're tested and evaluated by the customer, And some people are very uncomfortable with that. Some people float through life. And, my experience is the people who float through life never get as much out of life that life could offer them, never get as much joy or happiness as they deserve. And so if we can help people understand what the opportunity is, but be clear about the price they have to pay, we may find people staying longer with us.
Thank you for such an honest answer.
Well, it's what I love about this business, something that really inspires me. I'm one of the old guys around. I'm 76, so, I'm
looking great.
Well, thank you. And you stimulate me, you inspire me, you encourage me, you challenge the hell out of me, which I really love. And I love it when the customers do that as well, because you're fully involved in the process. And when customers challenge me, they're fully involved in the process. And so you really are one of those people who have a very rich future in the business, because of your discipline, your focus. You're always looking for answers. You're always working outside the box, and when things don't work, you're the first one to say to me, well, I've tried this and it doesn't work. What's next? And that thirst you have will allow you to be incredibly successful. I just seen so many people come into business and grow before my eyes, and you certainly are one of those people. I just see you becoming a much richer person, intellectually, emotionally, and eventually financially, because that's all of that is there. But this business has been incredibly good to me, you know, and has given so much to me. And I know that I've made a difference in many people's lives, and that's how I want to be remembered, as one who contributed rather than one who took.
It's this time, it happened a lot of time when you say something, I'm just sitting and listening to you, and I'm thinking that I don't know what to add more, because your thoughts are so clear, and it's really great that you can share it with me today. I really appreciate it.
Well, Lucas says, as long as you continue to have the thirst, as long as you continue to challenge the status quo, as long as you continue to ask questions, you will grow and develop and become the human you need to be. There's a path for you. It may not be exactly the path you're looking for, but there is a path. There's this phraseology I really love, which is, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. You know, there's a plan for each of us, but there's also an opportunity for each of us. And I look forward to working with you and knowing you for many years to come, because I think you are exactly in the profession you should be in, because I think you're the kind of people we need in this business, people who really care about what they're doing.
Thank you very much. So everyone who is watching, who watched till now, feel free to contact me to talk about career. Maybe if you want to coach, to work with me and coach with Jim, there is an opportunity. You have a free spots, yeah?
I always have free spots.
Yeah, okay. So thank you everyone for watching. This was Jim, my mentor, me, Lucas, and we will see you in the next video.